So hello, welcome to another Dave Parkinson on tour. It's another weekend, it's another trip around rugby league land, and I'll give you a clue with where I am. There was a 1970s documentary about this rugby league team, Another Bloody Sunday. It's Doncaster, of course. So we're going to get over to what is now called the Eco Power Stadium in just a moment. But just a reflection before we get in there, it's the South Yorkshire Derby up against the Sheffield Eagles. Two sides that, to be honest, if you were giving IMG points for sheer persistence, these guys would have it in abundance. They've both been fighting against the odds for a number of years. This is a former home as well of Sheffield Eagles during what has been a nomadic existence for them as well. Let's get in. Hope you enjoy the video. Do subscribe and keep on tuning in because I've got some interesting content to come. Thank you very much.
Second floor.
13, Tendai Wase.
Okay, I'm joined by a victorious Mark Aston. Mark, Doncaster made you really work for that victory.
Look, Doncaster are a good team. I watched a couple of the previous games. I thought they had a real big dig in a pre-season friendly against Hull, and I thought they were good against Midlands. So we knew we were going to come here a little bit undercooked us, and get a tough encounter. And they didn't disappoint, did they? So yeah, my nerves are a little bit. My nails are a bit bitten and thingy, but that was a good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, you don't tend to go for friendlies anyway. You just go straight into competition, don't you, Mark?
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of games, isn't there? It's a long season. There's a lot of games, and you take the risk that you're not going to be perfect at the beginning. We've got 2 more games. You've got about 6 games, haven't you, before the league season starts, which is the key bit of business for us. So, yeah, relieved to get through it. A little bit disappointed with ourselves. The boys just talked about it out there that we didn't deliver what we'd asked to deliver, and we nearly came unstuck with that. And it's just that discipline, getting the cohesion, and doing what we're asked to do. And we didn't do it enough today.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was a shed load of penalties in that game, weren't there?
There's going to be for the next couple of months, isn't there, while everything settles down. And you've got to take it out of the equation. I spoke about it before the game. I'll be looking at every single penalty in that game and going. And yeah, there's some that were a bit touch and go, but there'll be plenty of them that it was right with. So we need to be better. We need to take them, the men in the middle, out of the equation and just focus on what we do and do it a little bit better.
Quite often when I've talked to you in the past, we've concentrated on talking about your back line, but I thought your forwards were outstanding at times. They had to be. Yeah,
and they had to be because look, they had a big physical set, and I think we had to. Eddie and Titus complement themselves quite well, don't they? Both can play football. I thought Oliver Roberts is starting to get back to something like, which is good. Fozzie's added a bit of something. And Joel, isn't he? So he's 80 minutes action packed. So yeah, we're pleased with him. I was pleased with the forwards today, and they had to be good. They had to be really good. Just a little bit disappointed how we played, but look, we started like an house on fire last year. Didn't probably finish how we wanted to finish. So we've got to get that right and put that into perspective. Is that slowly, let's get ready for the start of the league season. Let's make sure we have a good finish.
I love Titus's performance out there. I thought he was outstanding in his 2 stints.
He's outstanding, and he's an outstanding individual because nothing surprising what he delivers on match days because he delivers that consistently through the week, and he trains like a champ and he plays like a champ. So I ain't got enough words that I could say about Titus on on how professional he is, and we love him here.
And what do you make of Jack Hansen? Because it was pulled back a slightly different role for him this time round.
Yeah, and look, we had two fullbacks, didn't we? We had QLT, who sadly obviously had his heart attack, and Matty pulled up after last week, so you probably, well, you didn't think you'd need three, but I know Jack's played there before, and he can do the job, and he can do the job at 9, he can do the job at 6, 7, fullback, so it's the spine. I thought he did a good job. I thought he did a real good job. He cleaned up some of them balls that were dangerous kicks from Robbo and Jono. So he did a good job. But you know, again, it's one of them. It don't surprise me because he's a champion kid. He trains the house down. He wants to be the best he can be. And again, we're blessed to have him at the club.
You love working with players like that, don't you?
Yeah, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You know, people that want to improve, and you know, you're in the wrong changing room if you don't want to be the best you can be. And people like him, Fozzie just typifies us. You know, he comes in, wants to be the best, can just work. People don't notice. I do.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about the emotions around the place, because obviously you had what happened with QLT at Christmas, and I can imagine that being a huge shock. And then obviously you lost a really young fan this week as well. I mean, what's that been like?
Heartbreaking. And you probably saw on social media that the Usos went to see him before. Q, Bailey, Clark and Jesse just turned up, just to give him a bit of a boost and all that. 2 days later, he's sadly passed away. And you know, his thoughts are with, you know, the family, Vicky and the family. Tough gig, tough for us emotionally.
Thank you so much. Well, Richard, nice to meet up with you again. Unfortunately, it's in the aftermath of a defeat, but I think there's a lot of positives there for you to take away from that.
Yeah, it was. We weren't really smart out there. We put ourselves under a lot of pressure. You know, 12 errors in the full game, and I think there's 5 repeat sets. You know, you give a team like Sheffield that amount of ball, that amount of possession, they're going to punish you. But for us to be on in defeat, only 4 points, they worked hard. I can't fault the boys' efforts out on the field. Their enthusiasm to defend the line, especially first half. I thought second half we let 2 really soft tries in, just off our ruck area in through the middle. So again, we'll have a really good look at that and make sure that ain't happening for these next couple of weeks coming up.
And to be fair as well, though, there was a bounce of a ball. Jack Hansen gets it behind his own line, and there's there was 2 Doncaster players chasing through on it, and then also as well there was just a last-ditch tackle, somebody going underneath. Was it Ben Johnston?
Yeah, look, we had our opportunities. We get done for an incorrect play of the ball in the last 2 minutes right on our line when we had them under some pressure. So again, it's just them little, the basics of the game that teams have struggled with in watching previously in friendlies and in other games where just put your foot on the ball. It's a simple one, and we got hurt. We had an opportunity to give ourselves a chance to win it. Benny Jono, great last ditch tackle by I think Farrell, to hold him up over the line for us to maybe draw it or go into. I don't know if it goes into golden point or win the game. So we had our chances considering they had so much possession of the ball.
I mean, in a way, that's got to be a positive because, as you said, they had so much possession and you're chasing it, really, weren't you?
Yeah, but we don't want to be saying this story every week.
No, true.
That's the big thing.
I always go for positives, Richard. That's what it is.
Look, as a coach, we always look to make sure we're getting better, and we can't be turning over the ball like we did, and we can't be giving them 6 against, right on our line. So we're doubling up the amount of work that we have to do. Or should be doing, because again, it does catch up with you. If not defensively, you haven't got the energy to push and play how we've asked them to play. But I'm proud of them. Proud of the lads. Because they did put themselves under that pressure. But to only come away with a 4-point loss in a way, we was quite pleased with that.
And when you put it together, wow, you've got some pace everywhere, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, we have got some straight. Tom and Brisk really quick. You've got Sutty again out on an edge who's got some toe on him. And yeah, look, we believe that we can, when we get the opportunity, we can attack teams. We've just got to be making sure we go through that process before we start forcing them passes or trying to find them passes of trying to break down a team. And give ourselves a chance in good ball.
We are still in this early stage of the season, though, aren't we? Realistically, we're 6 weeks away from the start of the league campaign. So is each game like a building block?
Yeah, certainly. I think we've spoke about it. We're using these games to see where we're at against really quality opposition. Today, we've shown that we're not a million miles off Sheffield, and they're obviously going to be a top 6 team. So we've just got to tidy up one or two areas, especially with the ball, and making sure we're getting to the end of our sets and trying to build some pressure on the opposition, which we didn't do today.
It was a bit old school that first half, and then it opened up second half, didn't it?
It did a little bit, yeah. Like we asked them to go play, because we was chasing the game, and obviously when you do that, defensively you become a little bit vulnerable. With turnovers, some errors, and off the back of errors, I think both teams struggled on loose ball recovery, and teams nearly going the length and scoring. So it just puts you on the back foot, but. Yeah, look, we were building for that round one, and we're looking forward to Widnes now next week.
That's a big test in itself, isn't it? They've got players who've got Super League experience, have come through Super League academies, they've got dual registration potentially available. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, look, again, another quality outfit. We'll speak about that now all the way to the end of the season. We're the team that's come up from League One, and these teams are going to look to try and pick us off. But we'll be ready. We'll, like I say, we're building towards that round one, and we'll learn from our mistakes and become stronger.
I get the feeling you're up to this challenge, because you've been knocking on this door for a couple of years now, haven't you?
Oh, certainly, yeah. Look, it's where this club's been aspiring to be at, and the foundations are starting to, on and off the field, we're growing as a club. So we just want to maintain that and just build on it each year.
This might be a bit of a left field question, but obviously I do a lot with community ranks and stuff. What's your relationship like with the likes of Doncaster Toll, Bentley round here?
Yeah, look, we speak to them on a regular basis. Carl's always down at their matches, watching them, living locally and that. And we've got a fairly good relationship. We have them come and play at half time on game days, and we like to feel that we are approachable with them. For lads going down to sessions and when requested and that. So look, the relationship with the community is growing. We've done some fantastic work within the schools, and that's growing year on year. And hopefully, we can build on that. For the IMG and moving forward.
I said in my build-up to this, when I was sat in the car thinking about coming into the stadium, I thought, you know what, if there was IMG points available for Perseverance, then both of these clubs have it in abundance, and there'd be no chance anybody would kick them out of Super League, never mind anything else.
Yeah, look, they've been on a journey, haven't they, both clubs, and we believe that we're on one now, and hopefully it's on that upward curve, and we'll just see where it goes.
Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you.
No worries.